Smart. Who is this? Hey, Jay. Leave my glasses on so I can see. What's up? What's up? What is up, everybody that is getting on? Yeah, I just want to get on here and talk about this live a little quick bit, real quick from last night. Wait for some people to jump on here. Um, it was a really great live last night, I must say. Really, really, really great live. Very informative. I appreciate Royalty getting on there and talking with us for a little bit. She was on there for a minute. Hi, how you doing? I just want to get on here a little bit and talk about the live last night from Royalty, and very informative, and that I really appreciate her. Yeah, it was really good. I really appreciate her getting on there and spending a little time with us. Um, and I learned a lot of stuff. I really did. Yeah, we wasn't. I thought about it, but I'm one of them people. I just kind of like sit back and listen and everything. Hey, Liz, I'm one of the people. I just sit back and kind of listen, or whatever. And everybody else was on the panel. So one of the questions that I had, was wondering about, she answered it. So I was glad because I put it in the comments and it did get answered and everything. And my question was about Reeve Jackson and everything, and how did Royalty feel about her being around the kids and everything, and and that's when she had basically kind of discussed some other stuff. But yeah, I thought the panel did a really good job with the questions that were asked. And what's her friend Lola baby? She was on there, and yeah, she was speaking up for Royalty and sticking up for Royalty. So I did, like that as well, because it just lets us know that she does definitely have some solid individuals in her corner that got her back and everything. But yeah, one of the things that I was surprised about was that this Nike thing. And this is me paraphrasing. This ain't Royalty's words. So if there's anybody in the bushes listening, this is let's keep it real's interpretation, understanding. That Nike. I didn't realize that she had been interjecting herself long before she should have been trying to interject herself. Although she shouldn't have been doing it, period. But it's like, okay, why was you doing this early? And now it makes sense because she was trying to break up something in hopes of breaking up something, but she didn't break up anything. But like I said, I'm glad that Royalty's doing fine, and she's, like she said, she's handling her business, and she's not moving right now and everything. So we know she's got her place in Vegas still, and looking forward to seeing that as well. Looking forward to seeing that, and I feel like I don't want to say too much on here because I know it's, it could be people in the bushes that might be listening. So I don't want to get on here and say too much as to, what was discussed, unless, I see other people coming out and talking about it. So I kind of don't want to get on here and just go in and be talking about everything that was discussed in there, But I'm just going to put my point. I just want to make my point with, like I said, with Reeve. I don't agree that she should be around those children. As a grandmother, I took my granddaughter I almost had to take her to school because the bus was taking all day. And I'm like, I got to go to work. And so, the fact that the things that she said and she doesn't see anything wrong with it, that's still an issue. It's like, I don't think she needs to be around them, and she needs to get herself together before she can be around them. But another thing that I was going to talk about just a little bit, I'm gonna do a video on Kirk Franklin. I don't know if y'all have seen his documentary that came out in May. And it's got over 1.78 million views. And he was talking about how he had a mother. His mother had him young, but he was adopted. His auntie raised him. And his mother came around once in a blue moon in the picture. She wasn't really around. And basically, he didn't know who his father was. And I'm saying all this to say because he went back to the mama. To make a long story short, even after it came out who his real daddy was, because he grew up thinking all his life this one man was his daddy that died back in 2017, and then somebody that he's close to saw someone else that resembled Kirk Franklin and suggested, y'all might need to get a DNA test once it was discovered that this man did date his mama back when they was teenagers. Make a long story short, come to find out that man was his daddy. And then they did another DNA test because the mama didn't believe it, although she didn't raise Kirk Franklin. She didn't believe it. And then when it was again, proven that this man was the daddy, his mama still didn't accept it. So I'm saying all this to say, going back to these mommy issues, and I just use the term mommy issues not to get too technical with it, but going back to these mommy issues with these men out here who's out here bashing women, I ain't gonna let up on that. Bashing out her women, don't bash them because they always say royalties bitter. Okay. All these, I'm glad that, oh yeah, I'm glad she didn't. I'm glad she didn't say too much about them. Yeah. But all of these men out here with these mommy issues, these relationship issues that stem from their mom, it just goes back to what I have been saying about CJ and all these other men out here that's bashing women on these platforms and trying to come at the women. It just goes back to that. They have serious mommy issues. And with Kirk Franklin, his mother did not raise him. She was around here and there, but she was not a mother figure. And then even after, him telling his mom what he needed and wanted from her, she still couldn't give it to him. That's why, I met Kirk Franklin when I was down there in Atlanta doing Sunday's Best. And he was nice, mild, meek man. He just came up to me and shook my hand. And asked me how I was doing and everything, and that was it. And I was like, he seems like a really nice person, so that's the most I can say about him. But now it makes sense, that humbleness about him. He was going through some things. We didn't know it, but he was going through some things. So again, whether or not you're lashing out or you're quiet and humble and meek, now it makes sense with Kirk Franklin. He was going through a whole lot at the time. His mama didn't raise him, and then he thought that this man was his father. Then come to find out it wasn't his father, and then his mama still wouldn't accept the fact that was his father, even after the DNA test proved it a second time. And he realized in the end that he had to let her go, meaning that, she wasn't willing to give him what he needed. She had to let him go. So I'm going back to say this about CJ and these other men out here that's bashing women on these panels. Trust and believe, y'all, they got some serious issues. And it's hard to feel sorry for people like that who are on the negative side bashing people. I don't feel sorry for people like that, because you know what you're doing. Just because you hurt doesn't mean you got to go out there and try to hurt people and go after royalty, and she's done nothing to you. You see what I'm saying? That's called transference. That pain that they're feeling, that anger that they're feeling, they transferring that onto her, and she simply has nothing to do with it. Maybe she reminds them of their mom. Maybe by the looks or anything. It could be something that she has on, or just her mannerisms, anything that could remind them, and they transferring that onto her and attacking her. Because believe it or not, it goes deeper than CJ. The way these men are out here, from what I'm hearing, the way they out here bashing her in the comments and in these videos, all of that stems back to something that happened in their childhood with their mama that they didn't get, whether they didn't get enough love or attention. All of that stems back, same thing with CJ. All of that stems back from that. That's not the woman's job, is to be your mammy. That's not her job to be your mammy or to help fix what your mammy didn't fix. You need to get out there and fix it yourself. Nike is taking her anger out for CJ out on. Exactly. So, people people don't want to hear it, or they don't want to believe it, but a lot of this stuff stems back from childhood trauma. It's just that, hey princess, it's just that simple. It stems from childhood trauma, and childhood trauma can ruin lives, you all. It can go on, all throughout adulthood, and people trying to figure out, what's going on, what's wrong. Y'all, like I said, this stuff is stemming all the way back to this childhood trauma. It could be severe, or it could, be something simple. It all boils down to that nurturing phase of that child growing up. And when you don't have those needs met, when those needs are not being met, I can't think of the theorist right now, but when those needs are not getting met, those that can be very detrimental as that individual becomes an adolescent and then becomes an adult. It can affect them and impact them, and that's what I'm seeing a lot, y'all. I'm really seeing that a whole lot more than I thought. I was expecting. I was just expecting to get on YouTube and make some videos and support a royalty, but now I'm looking at it deeper. I'm like, this is really sad and it's serious. But at the same time, I can't feel sorry for people who act like this, who show they behind, because you don't have to get on here and attack somebody who's done nothing to you. Meaning, like royalty, she hasn't done anything but leave a bad situation, a narcissistic situation, a man who got mommy issues. And I say mommy issues because I want to keep it simple. A man who got mommy issues, that's not her job to fix him or to make him a better person. Yeah, exactly. And now CJ has hasn't broken a generational curse in this, and he's not going to, because he don't even see what the issue is. He doesn't even see it. Yes, he is a narcissist, but it's more to it than just that. And then his mama coming down to visit him now. He doesn't need her around, period, to be honest, guys. He doesn't need her to be around. I don't give a, what nobody got to say. This boy's already messed up for what happened about him being left years ago, in the foster care system or whatever system, state system that he was in. He's already messed up enough with that. And then, the things that I've recently discovered about this woman, she's just not a good fit. He needs to heal from himself, and she needs to get some help, and then they can get some help together if it can work. Because just because you get with somebody and try to counsel and try to repair or mend the broken pieces that they had, sometimes the best part about therapy and counseling is being able to accept the fact of they're who they are and you are who you are and move on. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm seeing a lot of that's going on. And because no man is going to attack a woman the way I'm hearing, and then of course I've seen CJ on a line how he's attacking royalty. No man is going to do that if he's whole inside, if he's complete, if he's self-centered, and that's, I'm not just talking about CJ. No man is going to come after a female like that unless something's going on with him. And these individuals out here are broken, and I'm not saying broken because I feel sorry for them. They're broken to the point where it's pathetic. It's pathetic, and they ought to be ashamed of themselves to get on here and then acting like you making a difference. You ain't making a difference. You ain't doing nothing but causing more harm than good, especially with these young impressionable minds, meaning that these young men out here and these young women who gonna think this is okay to be treated like this, to be talked to like this. They're being conditioned to be talked to like this at an early age. You see what I'm saying, guys? That's why I try to get on here every now and again. I'm gonna throw the shade, but that's why I try to get on her every now and again, and I throw in there, if you're a female, don't listen to that stuff. If you're a female and you're experiencing somebody who's showing you this type of behavior, get away, because this is not how you're supposed to be treated. But the mental illness, mental issues in therapy. I mean, the stuff that these young men and young girls are being conditioned to hear, as far as how a woman is, according to them, this is how a woman should be talked to and treated. I mean, they're being conditioned and being trained to think that this is okay, and it's not okay, And hey, good afternoon, Courtney. The other side needs help and open our eyes to mental issues in therapy. Exactly. I wish I could get I listen to a lot of stuff like that online anyway, like different types of therapy and everything. Y'all don't know, but I listen to a lot of stuff like that. And and then I've been going back listening to it more now, and yeah, those are the things that's going on. Nobody's gonna act out like that 100%. 100% act like that, and again attacking a woman that's done nothing to them. A lot of us who created our channels, we got on here in support of royalty, in support of her, because we saw all of the hate and the bashing that was going on, and it was uncalled for. There was no need for that, but people were getting on here and basically just attacking her for no reason, but because what? Because CJ has convinced y'all that he's somebody and that he's important, with his narcissistic mind. And maybe those individuals that are listening to him, they need that. They need somebody to look up to, or to follow. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is. They need somebody to follow, And most of the people on royalty side, guess what? We're not followers. So why would we jump on the bandwagon of attacking somebody when you know full well that person hasn't done anything? So yes, a lot of us over here, we're not followers. We're very strong-minded individuals, because if you listen to some of the stuff that I'm hearing that's being said, nobody in their right mind and with their right psyche, is going to sit there and believe the nonsense. There's nobody in their right mind going to fall for that. How sickening is a grown woman, mother, and grandparent to be on YouTube with existence of spreading hate. That's the part that just baffles me. But should I really be baffled considering the background? Maybe not. I really shouldn't, because again, we know being on drugs long term for years, we all know that will have long term effects. And it's going to affect the person. You can still get counseling get counseling for all of that, but the damage from the drugs, that's going to be permanent. You see what I'm saying? So we could be dealing with some permanent issues going on with this individual, is what I'm trying to say. So I shouldn't even be surprised, but it's still sickening and sad to hear about it. Shanaiki needs to change her channel to I Dream of Beautiful Royalty, because she is upset, and she's obsessed with Ari too. My God, I'm glad that the twins are at the age to speak exactly on the wrong day, especially we'll talk exactly, and I'm glad that they are too, because my gosh, you just never know what people are up to nowadays, and like I said, when all these different supporters came out and everything and supporting royalty, she had to listen to make sure who we say that we are. You know what I'm saying? Because people can disguise themselves as well, so she had to get to know who we are as individuals by listening to our videos and everything, and know, because again, YouTube it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm like, some of these people out here on YouTube, I'm just like, oh my God, it can be sickening at times, from the topics and stuff that are being discussed. And I'm just like, I didn't know. I mean, I knew, that's, I worked in psych before too. So I knew it was some crazy people, but I'm just like, it's some sick, crazy people out here. Let me just say that. I didn't know that it was to the extent that it was. I'm like, it is people out here walking around that really need to be medicated for real. That really should be medicated, but they're not, because ain't nobody diagnosed them with no mental issues or anything that's going on. But yeah, the hate and stuff, like I said, towards royalty, I mean, it's just beyond me. And but she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. And so that I do know, and she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be fine. And like I said, whatever kind of hatred campaign that they got going on and spill out, like I said, it's gonna backfire on them. Trust and believe, it's gonna backfire on them. Karma, whatever you want to call it, spirits, whatever you want to call it, entities, whatever you want to call it. Okay, baby, it's rolling around their way. That's one thing for sure that I can say, because you ain't gonna be out there thinking you just gonna spill hate and it ain't coming back around to you. But yeah, all in all, like I said, the live was really great. It was really great. And, like Royalty was saying, this is stuff that I just talk about. It's not a big deal. Her kids come first, she wants to make sure that all of their needs are protected, taken care of. So yeah, she's gonna, do that. Because I was wondering, like, what are some of her self-care activities or things that she does for her to pamper her, to, keep her happy and, together with all the madness that's going on out here. And like she said, her kids come first, so she mainly focuses on them. So all in all, like I said, I'm not gonna say too much about what was said pertaining to her and her herself. I'm not gonna, like I said, get on here and say too much, because I already know MFers is already on. MFers is listening. They is listening, and you ain't gonna get it from me. You're not gonna get none of that detailed stuff from me. My point in getting on there to listen was to support royalty, number one, and then number two, to know that she's okay. Know that she's okay and that she's fine. You see what I'm saying? So that was my main reasoning for getting on there. I didn't, I'm not one of them people that wanted to get on the panel and everything. I just wanted to, a few questions. A few questions and everything. And, that was about, and all the other questions that people was asking, I was like, okay, these are really great questions. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. I was like, these are really great questions that I'm listening to. And remember, guys, everything that we discuss is allegedly, these are just some thoughts and opinions. This is commentary. We don't even know if this stuff is real or not. We just on here shooting the breeze, shooting the shit, y'all. We just on here shooting the shit. So, But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna keep on riding this part, y'all. My thing, like I said, my thing is that any man, y'all gonna keep hearing me say it over and over throughout different videos, so just be aware. Any man, I'ma speak that intention, baby. When it come back around on you, I hope you is ready for all the hate that you spilled out on this woman, all these men out here. I hope you ready when that karma come back around and bite you in your behind. I'm putting that intention out there because it's rolling around, baby, swift, fast, and in a hurry. You don't treat people like that, that have done nothing to you, and you know full well that they're not wrong in what they're doing, which is trying to have a better life and get away from toxicity, but yet and still you want to attack her. That is no man. I don't know if they was brought up in the woods with wolves or what, but these men getting on here coming after this beautiful young black woman. Something's wrong with y'all. Something's wrong with them, y'all. Something's wrong with them. You don't get on her and do this. I don't know who raised you. Did your mama raise you? Did you even have a daddy? That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because if we get deeper into it, that some feelings is going to be hurt, because I don't even think someone was raised with their mom and daddy, because you couldn't have been to get on her and act like this. Again, you came from a woman, but yet you get on her and talk about a woman like a dog and put her down and calling her everything but a child of the Most High, or God, or Ola Damare, however you decide to call the individual that is creator of the universe, that sits high and looks below, however you decide to do it. But the fact that you get your behind on here every day and you sit up here and make these videos over and over and over, you're sick. You're sick. You're sick. You're sick. And when that karma spins back around and comes to you, and other people that you might love, don't be sitting there looking stupid. Don't be sitting there looking stupid, because, honey, it's got to come back around to teach individuals a lesson. It's got to come back around. So don't be sitting there crying when it does, because it's got to come back around to teach your behinds with an S, a lesson on how you have showed your behind on YouTube. It's going to come back around. Trust and believe. You don't live this life and you think you can do whatever the hell you want to do and treat people and come after people like that, and you think your life is going to be perfect and peaches and cream. That ain't how none of this works. And I hope you're listening. It ain't how none of this works. If your mama didn't teach you nothing or tell you nothing, I'm here to tell you something. That ain't how none of this works. You better fix yourself and fix it quick, because when it come back around, Chad, I'm just going to be sitting back there looking with my hand under my chin like, I knew it was coming back around. I knew it was going to come back around. I know when. Ooh, it came a little faster than I thought. But I knew it was going to come back around, because you don't get to spill out that kind of hate towards somebody who doesn't deserve it. You get what I'm saying, y'all? You don't get to treat people like that and attack people like that towards somebody who don't deserve it. I could see if we was talking about somebody that was inhumane, and I like to watch the words that I use on YouTube, because certain words are trigger words. So I like to watch certain words that I put out there. But I could see if it was somebody who was low on the totem pole, somebody that should be locked up behind bars and not see another day out on the streets. I could see if it was one of those kind of people, then by all means, but somebody who doesn't deserve it, baby, you're going to have to lie in the bed that you created when that time does come. And like I said, from what I've seen nowadays, karma comes back around faster than it used to. It used to be you be sitting there looking and be like, well, when is it gonna ever happen? Or or you might not even know when it happened. But now, child, nowadays it comes faster than it used to. So, but how sickening is a grown woman, mother and yeah. Why did this come up again? Okay, grandmother to be spewing hate. But yeah, y'all. So that's that's my little soapbox. I'm on my little soapbox right now, as they be saying. It's just disgusting and sickening, appalling, to be again coming after somebody that done nothing to them. When I do my videos and the rest of us do our videos, we calling out the BS that we see. You know what I'm saying? The BS that we see, again, whether it be a female or a male, and then again, that's another thing. It's normal. Women can be catty. We know women can be catty. Women can go back and forth. We know that. That's normal. That's understandable. But when a man does it about a woman, those are what you call itch tendencies. Those are itch tendencies. That's what I see. Itch tendencies. Because, like I said, where I come from, I ain't never seen no man carry on like some of these men that I'm, hearing about. I ain't never seen no man act like that. And it's ridiculous, It's like those is itch tendencies. So, But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to get on here for a little minute and, let you all know that I was on the live and I was listening. And all in all, my main goal or concern was to, just know that she's happy, she's, doing good and, safe. And like I said, overall, that everything's fine with her. I have no doubt that what she does, as she's building her career and moving forward with her life, moving up with her life, moving forward up with her life, that things are gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? We all have trials and tribulations and everything, and guess what? You pick up and you keep on moving forward. And guess what? She didn't shit on nobody while she was going through her thing, of transitioning and leaving CJ. She didn't shit on nobody. She didn't do none of that. So that's why I said, what I said, like Doja Cat said. I said what I said. She the devil, she the devil, she's a bad little, she the devil. I said what I said. That karma is going to roll around. And when it does, I don't know, I'm just going to sit there and watch like, I knew it was. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. And I can't say I'm going to feel bad. I ain't going to feel bad for him when I sit there and just be watching. Taking my notes and everything. Taking my notes and sipping my tea. Sipping my tea. But y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I just wanted to come on here and holler at y'all for a little bit and see what was going on with everybody. And I don't know, I might come back later on with another live or whatever, but I'll more than likely put out a video as well. But I will holler at you all a little later. And I hope you all have a great happy Monday.